How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel, Make Money Trucking. So as you guys know, I've got my 2015 Freightliner Coronado behind me, and today I'm going to be talking about something I love more than anything: crappy repair shops and overpriced parts. We're not going to be talking about the parts so much, but just the crappy shops that do bad jobs. And I think I might have been potentially tried to be sabotaged. I think this shop that I went to tried to sabotage me into basically cost me more money and getting them more money to do a repair. So I brought this truck in behind me to do a clutch. I already made the video about that. So they did the clutch job, but then upon returning, back to work and getting to one of my first locations, I'll kind of show you guys here what I kind of experienced. So you walk over here. So I'm, fiddling with my truck and whatnot, and it's real dirty right now, but I start to notice that there's a bunch of oil and stuff on this bottom cross member, this mounting cross member for my, drop axle. And so I started looking around, and I'm like, what the heck is going on here? Like, why is there oil? And this is from my hydraulic fluid, don't mind that. I gotta clean that up. But yeah, so there was a bunch of oil down there, and I'm like, what the heck? Like, why is there oil, what looks like gear oil or something all over the bottom of that cross member? And then I'll show you guys in a second what happened. So there is an access port on the bottom of the transmission. So when the shop did this clutch, obviously they had to remove the PTO and part of the wet kit, and then we'll remove the transmission and then do the clutch and then put the transmission back, and rinse and repeat. Well, they literally left a bolt undone on this access port on the back of my transmission on the passenger side, and as far as I can tell, there is no reason why that bolt should have been removed. In a second, I'll crawl under here and show you the new bolt that I put in. And luckily I caught this, because if I did not catch this, it would have essentially starved my transmission of gear oil and blown my transmission. And my question is, was this shop just truly that incompetent, or did they really try to sabotage me to cost me more money and then potentially go back to them? I don't know, but it's really irritated me for the last few months, and I'm just now addressing it because I've got another one coming for you guys. This same shop cost me a lot of money on my blue truck, my 2011 Freightliner Coronado. I'll be making a video about that once I get that truck out of the shop. But let me show you underneath what I'm talking about. All right, so we're underneath the truck now. This is the back of the transmission, and here's the bolt right here that was taken out of my transmission. This is a different, you see the different color bolt because I put that bolt back in there. So for the life of me, I don't know why they took this bolt out. There's nothing connected to it. Like, if it was something on this side where there was an accessory on it, I can understand why they would unbolt it. But on this passenger side, this is the back side of the transmission, there is nothing here. So why in the hell would you take this bolt out? This bolt is out, and I'm gonna show you guys a picture here of the picture I took when I first discovered this underneath the truck. All right, guys, so I just crawled underneath and showed you what it looks like now, but I'm gonna throw a picture up on the screen of what it looked like before and how I found it. So as you see here, there should be a picture up on the screen. See, there was a bolt missing there, and there was oil coming out. And luckily for me, I only drove about maybe 30 miles, and then I had to, pull over to my location, and I noticed the oil on the back of the frame of the drop axle, because it was just spewing everywhere. And luckily, I didn't lose too much. And then I put more, I probably put about, a quart or so in for what I lost. So yeah, I hate these shops that are crappy, because unfortunately, sometimes the only way to find out is to go there and kind of get, screwed over by them, or, have a crappy job done that you have to take somewhere else, which is my case. So I don't know if they're just truly that incompetent that they took out a bolt they shouldn't have, but it's kind of suspect, right? Because that's the type of sabotage that you would, see, when someone like kind of like ruptures a brake line, not all the way, so that when someone's driving down the road later, it eventually ruptures. That's like a perfect sabotage, attempt, because they know that I would leave the shop and I'd drive, at least, probably about 50 to 100 miles and be fine. But anything over that, as I drove further and further and put hundreds of miles on the truck, it would exert more and more transmission fluid out of the tranny, and then therefore overheating it and, causing the transmission to fail. So it's like, on one side, it's like this could have been a very incompetent, just simple mistake, but why would you take a bolt out of that access port when it didn't need to be taken out? Or this was truly a scam shop that knows how to sabotage people in the way that it happens a little bit later on, a couple days later, and you can't really, put that back on them. Because I called them, they go, oh, there's one. I said, look, the transmission would have been blown a long time ago if I brought you the truck like this. If this bolt had been missing before I brought it to you, I would not have a transmission. So they tried to deny it, and then once they kind of realized that like I wasn't gonna back down and I wasn't listening to their garbage, they're like, oh, we'll come and I got a bolt, I'll put it back in. I'm like, no, that's fine, I already did it, and I'm not going back to you guys ever again, which I'm not. So yeah, interesting situation. I really like to hope that I wasn't sabotage and that this shop up here doesn't operate that way, but I've seen crazier things happen, and some of these shops are so desperate for business sometimes, but this shop isn't. But they just have a really bad reputation, and I wish I would have known that, but I was kind of badly referred to them by somebody else that really didn't know what they were talking about. But oh well, it is what it is. But it's kind of a longer video. I wanted to kind of share that, but where I think might have been an attempt to sabotage my truck. And I've paid these guys, right? They did jobs on my other trucks. They got paid. They were paid. There's no reason for them to try to sabotage me. I wasn't like a pain in the ass customer to them. I was good to them. I paid them when they needed to be paid. I asked them. I didn't beat them up on the price or nothing like that. So I don't know the reason to try to sabotage me. I mean, unless you just don't like the way I look or something, or, I don't know, maybe I just, but it still doesn't make it right. So guys, be careful out there. Double check, triple check your work that you have had done. When I get a service done on that truck, the first thing I do is go underneath the truck and look at it, check it, pull the dips out, all this stuff. A lot of times the mechanics get all pissed off when like I pick up the truck, like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm just double checking, man, because you never know. You never know whether you're trying to sabotage me or whether you just are incompetent and you didn't put a drain plug back in. Always double check the work that's done by a shop, even if you're not a mechanic. Just look over the area, make sure there's nothing loose, nothing leaking, something that doesn't look right. If it doesn't look right, double check it. It doesn't hurt to ask questions. Screw the shops if they get pissed off from you asking questions. It's your truck. You are the one paying them. This whole customer and customer and shop thing is kind of getting reversed. Like trying to show an example, but like you're the customer, so you're right. Here, I know now here lately, it's like you go into any of these shops or fast food restaurants, it's almost like they act like they're the customer and then you're the retailer, and they try to reverse the roles, and some of these shops get all angry and mad, and they'll try to do that to you. So don't let them push you over. Remember, you are the customer. You're paying their bills. You're paying them. So anything you want to ask them, you have a right to do so. And if they get mad, just don't stand down to them. But all right, guys, be careful out there. Double check the work that has been done by anybody. This is something I wish I could do myself, but unfortunately out here on the dirt, I can't. I don't have a shop. I don't have all the tools and equipment. All the little things I do myself. Starters, alternators, turbos, all that kind of stuff for the most part. So I try to do myself, the repairs myself, because unfortunately these shops are just so unreliable, or they're just really crappy, or you just got incompetent people working on your trucks, which is unfortunate. So I'm not, back home. So I have guys back home that I know they're really reliable, but I'm 4 or 5 hours away from home, and I learned my lesson. I actually ended up taking my truck 2.5 hours away to another shop that I do a lot of business with. They're a little more expensive, but it's worth it in the long run. So yeah, be careful out there, guys. Don't get sabotaged if that's the case of, me. I like to hope not, but don't get taken advantage of. Watch out there, and have a good one. Good luck out there. Really be careful what shops you take your trucks to, and yeah, hopefully this does not happen to you. Let me know if you've had this situation, and I'm sure the comment section is gonna be lit up with examples. I know this has happened to a lot of people, and they've had a lot of worse situations, like maybe not catching it like I did. Fortunately for me, let me know in the comments your guys' stories of having bad jobs done that destroyed your equipment, or led to, or that you saved. So all right, guys, have a good one. Stay safe out there. Hopefully you guys have a good start to the new year, and I'll see you on the next one.